Retirement crisis in America may impact younger generations who could have parents living with them. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by MoneyWise and written by Christy Bieber titled, "1 in 4 Americans in their 50s will become silver squatters and need financial support from family in retirement." According to the author, few retirees dream of spending their golden years living in their adult kids' basements or begging family members for money. Unfortunately, that's the harsh reality for a significant number of Gen Xers. The author of this article went on to reference Prudential's 2024 Pulse of American Retirees survey, which surveyed 905 Americans, all aged 55. Nearly 24% report that they expect to need financial support from loved ones during their retirement years, while 21% say they will likely need housing assistance. Here are my thoughts. First off, this is a survey with a small sample size, so the results may not be generalizable to the entire American population. With that said, this is still interesting information. Second, my heart goes out to these people who are struggling financially or expect to struggle financially once they are too old to continue working. Third, this data is disturbing to me. It really paints a picture that shows how divided wealth or lack thereof is here in America. We have people who have inherited money, land, and a variety of assets. Some have worked very little in their life and have made few financial sacrifices. Yet, they have more money than they know what to do with. They can take advantage of everything that life has to offer. Then there are people who grew up dirt poor with nothing. They have had to work hard their entire life. In some cases, they have worked multiple jobs to survive. Many have had to forego family gatherings because they had a shift at work. Some were unable to attend graduation events because of work obligations. Even though people like this have been working hard, they are still living paycheck to paycheck, and now the buying power of those paychecks is being eroded by inflation. People like this often don't have any extra money left over each payroll cycle that could be allocated toward a retirement account. Therefore, they will reach an age where they can no longer work because of physical or mental limitations, and then they will need to rely solely on Social Security. The problem is, Social Security wasn't designed to replace all of your pre-retirement income. These are the people who may need to move into the basement of an adult child or beg family members for money. This is the grim reality here in America. I suspect it may get worse in the future. Getting back to the article, the author said this news may come as a shock to the relatives of these Gen Xers, especially since nearly half of the respondents admitted they haven't yet broached the subject with their families. Well, my friends, some young people are in for a surprise. Here's what concerns me. Some young people today are not in a position to take care of their parents who are struggling financially. There have been numerous TikTok videos that have gone viral in the past year featuring young people who are fed up by the cost of living, fed up because of how hard they are working, and fed up because they can't afford to rent an apartment or buy a home. People like this may not be able to offer much support to their parents. Now, I realize this isn't everyone. There are people who are doing great. Some have great jobs and numerous assets that have risen in value recently. They could help out their parents. For everyone like this, there are numerous people who won't be able to offer parents much assistance, if any. I think we could have a full-blown humanitarian crisis on our hands in the future here in America. We may all witness some very sad things transpiring in our country. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter wrote quite a bit, but I thought it was worthy of sharing. He said, "I feel for people who are not able to save enough due to low income or high healthcare costs. However, I believe the majority of people undersave and overspend. This overspending can be on cars, timeshares, RVs, vacations, weddings, and even their children's college education. Overspending has consequences and should be the responsibility of the individual, not taxpayers. For example, I had an ex-girlfriend who was 45 years old with no savings or net worth. I helped her understand how much she needed to save for a modest retirement, calculating how much she needed to save annually, and even breaking it down by month. I also suggested ways to save money. However, she completely disregarded my advice and continued spending her entire six-figure income. Instead of sending her son to a regional school with a scholarship, she chose a private school 3,000 miles away. I don't feel sorry for her because she made her own choices. As the saying goes, you make your bed, you lie in it. Sometimes you simply cannot save people from their poor choices. No matter what you do or say, they may still make bad decisions. As long as they accept the consequences, that's their choice. However, expecting taxpayers to foot the bill for their overspending is unreasonable. The next commenter said, "This is wild. I'll be 55 soon, retiring in about 5 years with no debt and sufficient resources to live comfortably and help my son and grandkids with whatever they'll need. I can't imagine having wasted the past 30 years of my life to end up in a position where I would need my son to bail me out." The next comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "If the federal government doesn't balance the Social Security budget and allows it to run dry, many seniors, including myself, will be homeless. No question about it." I'm going to share my thoughts regarding this comment. I have news for this person. There are people here in America right now who are receiving Social Security and they are still homeless. Social Security doesn't provide enough money to even cover basic housing in some areas of the country, especially for people who are not high earners during their working years. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This one was on CNBC.com, written by Melissa Repko, and titled, "Retail Inflation Outrage. Even as prices stabilize, Walmart, Chipotle, and others feel the heat from skeptical customers." According to the author, inflation may be cooling, but consumers' outrage over high prices is running hot. Many retailers, restaurants, and other consumer companies have seen sales fall as shoppers pull back their spending. Businesses are now trying to convince customers that they offer the best deals, fueling a rise in discounts, promotions, and value meals. Here are my thoughts. How the tides have changed. For a while, some companies acted like they didn't need to sell you anything unless you wanted to pay a premium. Many used numerous excuses such as supply and demand or supply chain shortages. Now businesses need to get creative to get customers to spend money. I wonder how these companies are going to do if our economy gets worse and everyday people are even more cash-strapped than they are today. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it is a real possibility. I also think there are companies out there that are going to have to mend relationships with customers. Some may have sworn off ever shopping at certain places again because of shrinkflation or greedflation. Maybe some of you watching this video feel this way. If you do, tell me about it in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.